have somebody very special here tonight, all right? We have a gentleman that is a strong proponent for the rebirth of American manufacturing, Mr. Made in America, a man with many voices and a friend in many living rooms. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, my privilege to introduce Mr. John Ratzenberger.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel. Well, I love saying that. That's a real life hero we have here. Lieutenant Colonel Tripp. You were wounded in
Not wounded, no. I was
Iraq?
not wounded, but I was in Iraq, yes.
From Iraq, yeah. So he was smart. He knew how to dodge bullets. Not only is he a hero, he's a Superman. I'm here to support the Lieutenant Colonel because I love this country very dearly. And as a matter of fact, it wasn't too far from here that I used to spend time in Shelton, up at the Southern Talizzi Post, the VFW Hall, the Drum and Bugle Corps. I was in a Drum and Bugle Corps down in Bridgeport. We used to come up here and rehearse all the time. But I grew up loving that America, the America of parades, and you get goosebumps when the flag, marches by in a parade. But that's what I'm afraid we're starting to lose. We don't have patriotism being taught in schools. They've certainly taken God out of schools. And it's not a secret to anybody that we're heading down a wrong road in this country. So that's why I support the Lieutenant Colonel, because we need more people with his background in government. Because the people in government now, they seem to ride unicorns to work. It's like a make-believe world that they live in, like as if they think it, and they're trying all these different theories out on us. But the Lieutenant Colonel, he's a practical man because he's lived a life, he's dedicated his life to America. And regardless of what party he's with, he's the type of man, period, that needs to be in our government, that needs to save Connecticut, that needs to save the United States. And one of my favorite things about him is that he supports the trades. Now, as most of you know, I did a show called Made in America, where I went around the country and profiled factories and the people who made things. And the fact is that the average age now is 58 years old of people who know how to make things. And there's 600,000 jobs available in manufacturing. It's vacant, there's nobody to fill them. And that's why it's important to me and important to all of us that we get kids interested again in going to trade schools. College is fine, I went to college, but frankly is what kept me alive was being a carpenter. I learned that trade when I was younger, and that's what kept me alive, that's what kept me going. And that's also, it's a safety net for me now because I know I can go anywhere in the world and get a job, pounding nails. And people, and I tried that, and one day on the job, guy goes, hey, wait a minute, aren't you the guy from Cheers? No, that's the end of my carpentry. But we need to get out and vote, and I know that you could probably use some volunteers, couldn't you? Absolutely. Knocking on doors and slipping pamphlets in people's hands outside the supermarket. But does anybody here, you know anybody that wants to volunteer? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Get those hands up.
4, 5, 6, 7. On this side, 8. This side still winning. 9, 10, 11, 12 back there. That's wonderful. Is there some place everybody can sign up before they leave? The back table, somebody's going to be sitting there taking names. Beautiful. Great, okay. All right, because as we know, there's a lot of people that, they're still undecided who to vote for. And so it's up to you to help them decide to vote for Lieutenant Colonel Tripp. I just love this country, and I hate to see the direction it's going in now, as I know most of you do. But we can turn it around. That's why we're here. That's why it's so important, that America that we all love and hold dear is still there. We just need the people in office, like the Lieutenant Colonel, that remind us that this is the greatest country on earth. I want to get into arguments in Los Angeles, the show business, because there's not many people in show business that are on our side of the fence. And they, denigrate America. Like, the president was saying that, there's really nothing special about America. And I always remind people, I say, this is the only country in the history of history that's gone to war, defeated other countries, then we've spent our own money rebuilding those countries, then giving them back the keys and say, well, there you go. Now you're our competitor. So Japan, Germany, Italy, the list goes on. But we're the only country in the history of the world to have done that. So even just that makes it special for me. And I know it's special for you. And because it is, that's why you need to vote for Lieutenant Colonel Paul Tripp. So I thank you. Thanks for coming.